Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of reads. This should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. If you're seeing it anywhere else, it's not the right place. It should be on James 13 Wicca on YouTube. The info on the dice and the cards I'm using is going to be below. Also, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And without further delay, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Leo? King of Fire, King of Swords right off the bat. The Lover's card. Okay, what's going on? Ace of Fire. A lot going on here. A lot of strong cards. Not that that should be a surprise, but Queen of Swords showing up. Oh, these two cards from the side. Ten of Cups and the Ace of Swords. You got a lot of powerful cards coming in. You got the Chariot, Knight of Swords, Death card, High Priestess. Somebody needing to make peace with what you're doing. Somebody might be needing to make peace with what you're doing. Okay, well, what is this stemming from? Where are we coming from with this? Ace of Pentacles, which is a good thing, but it's not always the way Leo really wants to do things. Leo moves faster than that. It's a beautiful thing, Ace of Pentacles. Usually Leo can appreciate it, but it's not really Leo's speed. The Ace of Pentacles takes too long to actualize. I mean, the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Fire, of course, along with the Ace of Swords, which is the Ace of Air. Those more go your speed, like faster. And I'm getting a lot of communication came in at one point, but it was like this Ace of Pentacles showing up. And I feel like I kind of gave it sort of a shot. I had kept it a little bit, and I did some stuff with it. I feel like it was just one of those things where I tried to work with it. Maybe it wasn't for me. I don't think I gave up on it, but I don't think I was super involved. I feel like it was one of those things where it's almost like it's something in the house, like there's a hobby and I tried it and it was taking too long and it's still there in the house. Maybe once in a while I tinker with it a little bit, tinker if you will, but I don't really go crazy with it. It reminds me of rock tumbling for some reason, because that takes a while, whether you like it or not. It just does. It's a process. Is there anything else I need to say with that? Okay, that's good. The current energy, I feel like I'm realizing it's like, again, it's like this hobby or something I tried out, and it's there in the house, and every now and then I get it out and I tinker with it, but I really haven't put a crazy amount of effort with it. And I feel like I'm coming up to this moment where somebody wants to be a part of it. Somebody else is like, you know what you're doing. I want to do that. And you might be thinking, well, I've tinkered with it. I've tinkered with it. I feel like I'm like, well, I tinkered with it. Somebody, like, they want something. And I feel like I've just done a little bit with it. I wouldn't say I know what I'm doing with that. I've kind of looked into it. I feel like somebody wants you to show them how to do something, and you're like, well, I can show you what I do and what I've learned, but I wouldn't say I was an expert on the situation. You've already been a part of this. I just feel like you haven't done much with it. And when the energy comes in and they want you to show what you know and they want to learn more with you, the energy pumps up. It gets really active. And I feel like all of a sudden I need to make this work, and I decide that I'm going to make this work. and it just kind of punches forward. I'm going to give it a really good go is what I'm getting. These two cards together, these look a little confusing. So I think I know what they're saying, but we'll just do the dice just to be sure. Okay, so you got the Hermit and the King of Pentacles, both like this, which means I don't know how invested I am in this, but I know some stuff. I just don't know how invested I am with it. And both of them are kind of like, I put some thought into it, but I don't go crazy about it. That's because they're both like this. The Lover's card is like, I do like the attention. I do like that this other person is happy. Like, they're getting really excited about it, and that's kind of making me excited about it. And I'm like, do I want to do this? Am I going to go into this? This is kind of, the completion card is the Death card. It's a version of the Death card. And the thing is with the Death card, and you got that in the environment here too. It's literally the same card, the Death card. The completion card to me, anyway, the way I read it, is a version of the Death card. And that means that, like, however I used to handle something, that's completely over. I'm going into a whole new level. So a very static view of the Death card is like somebody passing away and they're no longer in your life. Another view of the Death card is a baby coming in. Because, like, once you have a baby in your life, things are never the same. Your life, your old life, the way your life used to be, is gone. It's dead. You're not going to live like that anymore. Once you have a child, you always are going to be changed by that experience. No matter how long that child is in your life will never be the same. And I get that with this, because I keep looking at this and it feels like the Death card. Well, there's that grave there, but I get that that's what's going on here. Some new information is coming in and I'm getting excited about this. And this might be my ticket in to actually really click into this and really start getting excited, especially because you have somebody else here who's also feeling the same way. They're realizing more work is necessary. They also realize they're going to have to do their part. They're going to have to do their research. They're going to have to show you things that they learn just as much as you show them things that you've learned. And I feel like at first that doesn't really sit well with them, but then when they realize that they're adding value to the pot and that, like, they have to put more effort than maybe they thought they were going to have to, but I feel like that's good. That's not a bad thing. The bittersweet is kind of like, I feel like they thought you knew more than you actually do. I do think you told them, though. I feel like you just told them. And maybe it went right over their head, or they thought, oh, you're just being modest. No, you told them how it is. You were just telling them. It may be a minute for them to catch up, but they're going to have to do just as much of research as you do to get this to keep moving forward. Here's the ace that you're looking for, the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands. That ace is showing up here later. It originated with the Ace of Pentacles on the dice, and it wasn't really how you wanted to get into the situation. Here later, the Ace of Wands shows up, and it might be your interest finally clicks in. It's kind of like, it's like going into medical school, and when you start off, you're doing all the kind of the gross stuff, the boring stuff. And then when you get 3 or 4 years in, you're starting to do more important things. You're getting more complicated things to handle. You're finding more mysteries to figure out. And it's kind of like, if you were going to go this route, like showing where the Ace of Wands shows up, it shows up in the 3rd or 4th year, kind of like, it took a while to finally get there, but when it finally got interesting, that's when your Ace of Wands shows up. That's where you really connect into the situation. There's like, okay, this isn't the end of it. This doesn't need to be the end of it. This doesn't have to be your plateau, but there is a danger that this could plateau here. Be aware of that. You're going to like it. There's a lot of information. Other people might take this in their own direction and they might take it over. This is not going to serve you. You could get competent? No. Complacent. Okay. Comfortable. There's a lot of C words popping in there. You could just accept it for what it is. You don't have to. This would kind of stagnate it. It would just kind of plateau there. Realize that if you keep this charging forward, you can take this farther. There's going to be this moment where, like, I get excited and then it could plateau. All it takes is you realizing you don't have to settle for that. You could take this farther. If you click that thought into your brain, you'll start moving in the right direction. It'll naturally start flowing for you. You just got to acknowledge, I don't have to stay at this level. I could go higher. and then you'll do what you want to do without much thought. It'll just kind of happen. That's what I'm getting from this. If you keep charging forward, it's something that you really like with this situation. Is it going to make sense all the time? No, but are you going to love it? Yeah. There's going to be a give and take. It's going to be frustrating at times, but it's going to be very rewarding. Leo gets through these moments. Every now and then things get messy. They just do. That's what this card is. Every now and then things just get messy, but you can make this a great situation. And I feel like usually for Leos, maybe not always, and there's a lot of different flavors of Leos, but usually for Leos, they're willing to go through that to get the success. And that's how you guys get your success. You just, all right, that's there, then here we go. Like, you know, Leos aren't usually afraid of the little bit of a stress. They'll just go through it and they'll just like, I'll make it work out. And you'll get through it. The situation will keep growing. It's going to go fast and slow and fast and slow. Sometimes it's going to be a lot. Sometimes it's going to be a little. That's going to be part of the perseverance, getting through the situation, keeping it going. Once you catch the bug and you want this to happen, though, you'll just keep going. And every time that one of those fast moments comes in, where you get a big jump forward, that's just going to egg you on to keep going. It's going to be a very beautiful thing. There will be moments where it kind of stalls out for a minute. Excuse me, stalls out. Ugh. Every now and then it will stall out, but it won't stay. Let me just roll the dice on that just to be sure. It will stall out every now and then. And it's not something you want, but every now and then it will stall out, but it'll pick up again. There's new developments that will come into this situation. When it stalls out, that's a moment for you to look back and reassess, self-audit the situation. Is this actually going where I want this to go? Is this progressing correctly? Do I feel like I'm getting everything out of this that I'm supposed to be getting out of this? Is there anything I'm missing? So when it seems to like stall out, the purpose of that is for you to go back and just review things quick and like, is this going right? Did this do what I needed it to do? Is this handled right? Is this doing what it's supposed to be? That's what those moments are for. It won't stay there forever, but it's supposed to help you get a solid mindset of what you want and help get your mind in focus for where your goals are. This is something you're supposed to do by yourself. This isn't a bad card. The isolation card with the Queen of Swords, when those stall out moments happen, it's meant for you to like reevaluate, is this doing what I wanted to do? And if it's not, what do I need to do to put it back where it's supposed to go? That's the whole purpose of these stall out moments. For you to go, wait a minute, is that right? Yes? Okay, keep going. No? Let's fix this. But this is something you're supposed to do by yourself. This isn't really something you bounce off of somebody else. I feel like that's why they're giving this card here. This is something you have to decide for you. And you have to decide, is this right or is this not right? And if it's not, what do I want to do to fix it? I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.